College World Series ended a couple weeks ago and it was insane. But this got me thinking, how would a College World Series style playoff format pan out for college football? So I decided to take those schools from the baseball field to the football field and re-simulate the College World Series and see who would win the national championship.
Will Tennessee keep their title, or will one of these 7 teams rewrite history?
For those of you who don't know, the College World Series is a double elimination bracket that looks something like this. Basically, if a team loses twice, they're out. Winner of the first 2 games play each other, while the loser of those games face off in the losers bracket. The winner of the losers bracket faces the loser of the winners bracket. Are you still with me? And then the winner of that game has to face the team who hasn't lost yet, and they have to beat them twice. This is done on both sides of the bracket until the 2 teams meet for a best 2 out of 3 matchup in the College World Series Finals. Winner of that series is crowned national champions.
Game 1 will be Virginia versus North Carolina, so let's see if Virginia can make it through and stay in the win column. All games will be played at a neutral site, although instead of it being in Omaha, Nebraska, it will be taking place in Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. And the first score of the game will be Virginia starting things off with a field goal, but North Carolina will march right down the field and score. But Virginia will respond with not 1 but 2 touchdowns, taking them up 20-7 going into the third quarter. North Carolina will have a strong start to the second half, putting up 10 points in the third quarter. And with the ball back, they'll start the fourth with a field goal, tying the game up at 20. Virginia will get the ball and score with ease, and then thanks to an interception by the defense, will score another touchdown, getting up 34-20 with 2 minutes left. They'll even put up another field goal, but despite a late touchdown by North Carolina, the Tar Heels will fall short. So that means the Cavaliers are 1 step closer to the finals, but North Carolina is 1 loss away from being eliminated from the entire tournament. Next up is Florida State versus Tennessee. The Vols won this game in the College World Series in walk-off fashion in one of the craziest baseball games I've ever seen. So let's see if this game will have a similar ending. The Seminoles start off the game with a touchdown, to which the Vols respond, but they miss the extra point, making it 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Both teams trade off field goals in the start of the second, but Tennessee takes the lead with the touchdown, and that makes it 23-13 at the halfway point. Third quarter, the Vols started off with the safety and then add 7 on top of that. And then another 7 on top of that. Tennessee really blew this thing out of the water in the third quarter. Florida State needs a miracle here, down 3 possessions. But Florida State is not done yet, and they put up another touchdown and hit the 2-point conversion. And following the kick, bomb an 80-yard pass, and suddenly this is interesting. Florida State is only down by 7 now. DJ Ukulele in the backfield. He throws a quick slant that is blown up by Tennessee linebacker Keenan Peely. Next play, 2nd and 10, and they do the same thing and Peely knocks it out again. Keenan Peely is marking his territory. Now Ukulele drops back to pass, he throws it right, but Turrentine jumps the route and swats the ball down. This is elite level defense from the Vols, but the Seminoles still have 1 more shot. This could be the game. Can they convert? Ukulele drops back, fires it over the middle, and it's caught, and he's got space to run, crosses to the 40, and he's taken down inbounds at the 26. First down, Seminoles. Seminoles took a spike there. Now we are back to 3rd down, where the Seminoles still need a touchdown to stay in this thing. Ukulele connects right with his receiver for a 1st down. The clock will stop momentarily, but they run up to the line and spike it with 9 seconds left. And they only have time for a couple more plays because they let a lot of the clock drain. But Ukulele in command of the offense. He got a man to the right for a 1st down, but no timeout, so the clock will stop for a second. But if they don't get up and spike this ball, the game might be over. And the clock starts draining and time expires. Oh my god, that means the Vols win this crazy shootout. And the Vols move to the winners column, and Florida State is 1 loss away from going home. Tennessee will face Virginia next, and Florida State has to go up against the Tar Heels in an elimination game. Moving over to the other side of the bracket, we have North Carolina State versus Kentucky. The whole first quarter of this game will be scoreless, but NC State gets something cooking in the second quarter, going up 7-0. Kentucky will match their score with their own touchdown before NC State puts up another 6, missing the field goal. It's still anyone's game here in the third quarter, with both teams putting up some points. Here in the fourth quarter, Kentucky drives right down the field to score and ties the game up at 20. NC State will put up another field goal as we approach the 2-minute warning. And Kentucky hands them the ball back, and luckily for the Wildcats, they only got 3 more points, so the game is still in reach for Kentucky. As we hop into a completion to former Buckeye Chip Trainum, the clock is still running and Kentucky has no more timeouts. And they're not going to try to get to the ball at all, and the clock will run out. That is a painful loss for the Wildcats, but with that, the Wolfpack advanced to the next round with 0 losses, though Kentucky cannot say the same as they are just 1 loss away from elimination. Game 4, we have an SEC matchup, the Florida Gators versus the Aggies of Texas A&M. Texas A&M obviously being one of the 2 teams that made it to the finals in real life. Let's see if the Gators can put up a fight. And put up a fight they have, down 6 with 1 minute left, though they need a miracle drive to take down the Aggies. And when we hop into the sim on 4th and 14 on their own 21, it doesn't give me much hope. But Graham Mertz is going to air it out up the middle for one last chance, and it's batted down with ease. So the Aggies make quick work of the Gators. And this is what our bracket looks like after the first round of games. Tennessee and Texas A&M advanced with a win just like in real life. But Virginia and NC State won their games, which leaves North Carolina, Florida State, Florida, and Kentucky all facing elimination. This is what the bracket looked like in the College World Series by this point, and this is what our College Football World Series bracket looks like. We will kick off the second round with the elimination games. Hey, real quick, I'm aiming to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you're enjoying the videos, make sure to subscribe. Also, I've just launched a Discord server where the community can talk about college football, share game clips and parlays, and we'll even be doing some giveaways in the future. So if that sounds cool, check out the link in the description. Now back to the video. This is the first round of the elimination games. Whoever loses this game is out of the tournament for good. Will Florida State be eliminated by North Carolina just like in the College World Series? Or will the Seminoles take down the Tar Heels? We start off the first quarter with quick touchdowns from both North Carolina and Florida State. Tar Heels get one more before the end of the quarter, and we got touchdowns from both sides happening. We got 8 touchdowns in the first half, and North Carolina is leading 31-28. They kick off the second half with a touchdown to go up by 10, and Florida State doesn't respond, allowing the Tar Heels to score again 45-28 with 1 quarter to play. The Seminoles finally respond with a touchdown, but it might be too late at this point because North Carolina will put up 10 more points and seal the game for the Tar Heels. Final score 55-42, a crazy offensive game from both sides. But it will not be enough for the Seminoles, and they are officially eliminated from the tournament. We are hopping right into Game 6, which is Virginia versus Tennessee. The loser of this game will face North Carolina in an elimination game, and the winner will be 1 win away from the College World Series. It's funny, I actually went to this exact game in this exact stadium for the first game of the 2023 season, and Tennessee destroyed Virginia. But let's see what happens here. And they start off this matchup strong with a touchdown, but Tennessee responds with a field goal to make it 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. Tennessee will hit a field goal to start the second, and they get the ball back for their first touchdown, and another touchdown, and another touchdown. Oh my goodness, Tennessee has a 24-point second quarter. It is 24-7 at the half. And they start off the second half with another touchdown, and I think this one is out of reach for Virginia. And I was right because Tennessee won by a comfortable margin of 22 points. So just like in the College World Series, Tennessee advances to the semifinals with only 1 win standing in between them and the College World Series Finals. And Virginia will take on the Tar Heels one last time, where the winner will take on Tennessee and the loser will be sent home for good. Here we go, Game 7, we have an SEC elimination game. Oh man, this matchup did happen in the College World Series, and Florida beat down the number 2 seeded Wildcats 15-4. And ruined Kentucky's chances of making the College World Series. Can they do that in college football? Kentucky is the team to strike first in this game, going up by a touchdown, but the Gators are quick to respond with one of their own. The Wildcats will settle for a field goal on their next drive, and after some back and forth from both sides of the ball, the Gators would make their way into the end zone and take the lead. That brings the game to 17-13 at the half. So it is still a tight matchup, but Florida will strengthen their grip on this elimination game with an 11-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. And a big play by the Wildcats brings the game back into reach. But now Florida has a chance to burn out some of their clock, but they don't burn much out before it's back in Kentucky's hands. And they march right down the field and they get the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and suddenly it's a 3-point game. And Kentucky has no timeouts, so they can just kneel the clock out, and that will end the ball game. So Kentucky has been eliminated from the College Football World Series, and the Gators will be taking on the loser of our next game, which is between NC State and Texas A&M. 2 undefeated teams will battle it out. This is actually a matchup we didn't see in the College World Series, so I'm excited to see how this will pan out. Here we are in the second quarter. The Aggies take a strong lead, up 10, but the Wolfpack marches down the field to score, and they will eventually tie up the game 13-13 going into halftime. Both teams trade off field goals in the third quarter, keeping us tied going into the fourth. NC State would march down the field and give themselves a touchdown lead. So we hop in with the Aggies knocking on the end zone, ready to tie things up. Weigman drops back and checks it left, and it's caught, and the tight end stumbles on the 1-yard line. They're doing a great job of burning off some extra clock, so I can see them wanting this game to go to overtime. They get set again after spiking the ball. That brings us to third down. They're running out of chances, but Weigman is going to fire to the back of the end zone, and he will make the catch, and the Aggies are 1 point away from sending this thing to overtime. The Aggies are not feeling brave enough to go for two, and I don't blame them. So here we go with our first overtime game of the video. The Aggies will have their shot first, and they continue to run with Moss as he stumbled his way to the 14 to pick up the first down. So here we go. They give it to Moss again. No, it's a play action. Weigman fires to the corner, and it's caught. Touchdown. What a beautifully designed play, and that will force the Wolfpack to need to score a touchdown if they want to advance. So NC State will come set to the line, nervous I'm sure, as they need 7 to stay in this thing. Grayson McCall in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Pocket starting to collapse, but McCall fires. Perfect pass. Caught. Touchdown. On the first play of their drive. Wow. You couldn't ask for a better start than that for the Wolfpack. And they will take their PAT as we head into second overtime. They will start it off in second overtime. And remember, the team who scores here has to attempt a 2-point conversion. But let's see if McCall and the Wolfpack even need to worry about that. They'll hand it off, and they pick up only about 3 on that play. Not the explosion they were hoping for following their first drive in overtime. But that's okay. They can't all be touchdowns. But this one can. Touchdown, Wolfpack. What a dart by Grayson McCall to take the lead. But here's the real nail biter because they need to attempt a 2-pointer. Man in motion. He fakes the handoff, and he keeps it on the option. McCall just walks in untouched. And the Wolfpack takes a 38-30 lead in double overtime. That's got to clinch some holes for the Aggies, as not only do they need a touchdown, but a 2-point conversion to stay in this. But Weigman ready to show what he's made of as he drops into the slant route, and the guy has space, and he will finally be taken down inside the 10, first and goal Aggies. So a sack, a throwaway, and an incompletion has led us to this moment, 4th and goal. This is the Aggies' last shot. They need to get in on this play or the game is over. Weigman in the shotgun. He fires it quickly, and the receiver makes a diving catch in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And they're saying he got a foot down in bounds, so I guess we will go with that. So they got it there, but can they get the 2-point conversion? Man in motion is Muhammad. He makes a cut and struts in. That's an easy score for the Aggies, and we are heading to triple overtime. From now on, it's just 2-point conversions, and the Aggies will start. And they will try running it up the middle with Moss, and he is stopped. So the Wolfpack takes the field. If they score here, the game is over. They tried direct snap, and that is locked up. Oh my God. We are heading to quadruple overtime. Wolfpack up to the line to attempt the 2-point conversion. They have a man in motion, and Smothers takes it right, but cuts it back and struts into the end zone on the counter play. 40-38, the Aggies have to score here to stay alive. Another man in motion. They hit the jet touch pass, and there is no stopping that play. Oh my God, we are going to a 5th overtime. Aggies back on the ball, 5th overtime. I'm running out of words as Weigman throws it right. It's caught, and he is inside the pylon, and it's good. Will the Wolfpack force 6th overtime, or will they be sent to the losers bracket? It's a quarterback keeper on the option, and he pitches it before he's hit, and he will walk in. 6th overtime. I've actually never seen a sim go to 6th overtime, but the Wolfpack think they can go all night if they need to, as they try a little halfback dive that is stopped short of the end zone. So the Aggies once again with a chance to win this time in 6th overtime, 42-42. This could be the game. Aggies, they're in a run formation, so expect that Wolfpack. And yep, it's a pitch to the outside, Moss running, and he makes his way into the end zone, and the Aggies win it in 6th overtime. So the Aggies are the second team along with the Vols to be 1 win away from the College World Series Finals, which is exactly how it went in real life. And the Wolfpack is now facing elimination as they face the Florida Gators in the next round. Here is a look at what the bracket looks like. Virginia and North Carolina will face off to see who faces Tennessee, and Florida and NC State will face off to see who faces the Aggies. Alright, we got another elimination game, this time from the ACC. So the team who loses this game will be eliminated from the tournament for good, and the winner will be 2 wins away from the College World Series Finals. Virginia won this matchup in the first round, but North Carolina is off to a very strong start with 7 points, and each team will get some points under their belt. Virginia gets a field goal in the third, but the Tar Heels respond with a touchdown. Fourth quarter, Virginia gets the ball and scores a touchdown, but there's only 1:40 left on the clock. So can North Carolina run out the clock to advance? Yes, they can. The Tar Heels will advance, and the Cavaliers are out. Gators versus the Wolfpack. Who will advance to face the Aggies, and who will be packing their bags? McCall and the Wolfpack march right down the field and score, while Mertz and the Gators come up empty. NC State capitalizes on that and scores again. They score again to go up 21-0 before Florida finally puts up some numbers. And this is starting to look like a blowout as we go into the third quarter, 31-7. Let's see what the Gators can make happen in the second half. They score and hit the 2-point conversion, and they get the ball back and put up another touchdown, but the 2-point conversion is short. The Wolfpack isn't going to let this comeback happen easily as they score another touchdown. Florida will get one more touchdown before time expires, but the comeback will fall short as the Gators are eliminated and the Wolfpack advance to the semifinals. Now we got North Carolina versus Tennessee. Remember, Tennessee is just 1 win away from the College World Series Finals, and North Carolina has to beat them twice if they want to advance. Can the Tar Heels take down the Vols, or will the Vols repeat their College World Series final appearance? Impactful first quarter as Tennessee gets off to an early lead, but North Carolina will strike in the second quarter before Tennessee goes up 10 at the half. The Tar Heels start off the third quarter with 2 touchdowns to take a 1-possession lead. North Carolina gets their third unanswered score, stretching their lead to 7, as Tennessee has 45 seconds left to get into the end zone. Nico takes the snap with the shotgun, drops back and fires to the corner, running under his Brew McCoy, caught. Touchdown Vols. They tie it up with a bomb from Nico to Brew McCoy. They'll hit the PAT, and we have a ball game, folks. Tar Heels have possession, 35 seconds left to play. Will they get into field goal range? Oh my God, that's picked. Ricky Gibson seals the game for the Vols. They'll hit an easy field goal as time expires, and the Vols are going to the College Football World Series Finals. Game 12 of the video, we got NC State versus Texas A&M. Will the Wolfpack force the game 2, or will the Aggies join Tennessee in the finals? The last time these two teams met up, we had a crazy 6 overtime game. And so far, here we are at halftime. It has been all Aggies as they are up 13-0. We've seen crazier comebacks in simulation videos, but the Aggies add to the lead, so the more and more I see, the more I believe we will be seeing a recreation of the Tennessee and Texas A&M College World Series Finals. And that is exactly what's going to happen as the Wolfpack falls to the Aggies 22-10. So this is our final bracket. Will Tennessee do what they did in the College World Series Finals, or will the Aggies claim what they believe should be theirs? Here we are, the College World Series Finals, the national championship, whatever you want to call it. Best 2 out of 3, winner is crowned national champion. Remember, this is the exact matchup we saw in the real College World Series Finals, and Tennessee won it. Let's see if the Vols can repeat history. The sexy scoreboard is back, and the Aggies put up a field goal as Tennessee responds with a touchdown. Wow, we got some explosive offensive plays from Tennessee in the second quarter. The Aggies are trying to stay in it as we come to a 24-17 Tennessee lead at the halfway point. The Aggies will tie it up in the third quarter with a touchdown, and we are going into the fourth quarter tied at 24. This is about as crazy as the championship game can get as the Aggies take a 3-point lead and Tennessee has 2 minutes to make something happen here. They got the ball and they start marching down the field. Nico throws an incomplete pass as they come up on 4th down. So they will kick a field goal, but they miss it. Oh my God, Tennessee might lose just because of that. But the Aggies fail to score, so Tennessee retrieves the punt with 35 seconds left. After a huge sack by the Aggies, Tennessee will rush to the line to spike the ball with 10 seconds left. They have 10 seconds to drive 80 yards, and even though I'm a Vols fan, some part of me doubts they'll be able to make that happen. So last chance for the Vols, no timeouts. So it's touchdown or bust. Nico has time in the pocket. He steps and steps right into a defender, and he is sacked. And that will cost him game 1 of the College Football World Series Finals. That means the Aggies are 1 win away from being crowned national champions. Remember though, Tennessee lost game 1 of the College World Series Finals and still came out champions. So nothing is out of reach here. As we go through a scoreless first inning, Tennessee will be the first team to strike with a touchdown, and the Aggies will respond with a touchdown and a field goal before the half, making it 10-7. Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half and marches all the way down the field for a touchdown, while Texas A&M does the same thing, retaking the lead. As we surpass the 2-minute warning, the Vols need some life in this offense if they want a chance at the title. 2nd and 6, ball at the 23. Nico will fire across the middle and is caught for a first down. Who is that? Is that Caleb Webb? Not sure exactly. But regardless, it's a first down, and Nico has not had a great day so far. But he is ready to put all that behind him and get the Vols in the end zone. As he has protection, fires it right, jump ball, but it's deflected. That brings us to 3rd and 6. Vols running out of chances and time on the clock. Nico will fire it, same position, but it's too low, and it's intercepted by the Aggies, and that will do it. Texas A&M is your College Football World Series champions, and they will take home the national championship trophy.